Alright, so again, hope it's recording. Today, where am I going to put this? I'm going to put it here. Today, what I want to talk about is just a revelation that I just had brushing my teeth. So, I was going to record this video tomorrow morning early before work. I was going to wake up early to record this. But I'm awake now and I was just brushing my teeth. Pause. That hand action. So, I was brushing my teeth and I was looking in the mirror and I was looking all around the place, to be honest with you. And I had a thought, and I was thinking about, to be honest with you, I was thinking about like God and like counter arguments for God, and to be honest, I was thinking about some of the arguments that people have about predeterminism versus free will and stuff like that. And I got to thinking about some of the arguments, and I was thinking, the essential point that I came up with was some of the bad things that happen to us in life. Because we don't have the ability to see the future and to see the outcome of every decision and everything that happens in our lives, how do we know for certain that the bad thing that we've experienced is not the lesser of two evils, and that something worse could have happened, or like something worse could have happened down the line, essentially? Like some good examples of this, like quite an obvious example, is like say like if you have a breakup with someone, like in a relationship, like this is a fucking easy example to get. You have a breakup and sad for a bit, but then you don't know if you could have stayed with that person. It could have turned really bitter. You could have like had more ties to that person. You could have, one of you could have ended up cheating on the other one. Could have been a much worse breakup. How do you know that like the situation you're in and you're feeling like, oh, this is shit or whatever? How do you, like, you don't know that it's not the lesser of two evils. And so sometimes we might think, woe is me, and why is this happening to me? But in the mind, or say if you don't believe in God, right, but from the perspective of something all-knowing that could see the future, even imagine someone with a crystal ball that could see the future. They'd be like, well, he doesn't know that he's so much better off than he could have been if that didn't happen, you know? Like, sometimes we're in a bad situation and we think, woe is me. Oh God, world is ending. This is bad. I'm not enjoying this. But we don't have the perspective to know if it's not mercy, if it's not like the lesser of two evils being chosen for us, you know? And I was thinking, obviously, like, I was thinking of the perspective of like, people say like, you know, like something really bad happens to them and they're thinking like, well, why would God have chosen for this to happen to me, kind of thing. And I was thinking, well, how do they not know that God hasn't chosen the lesser of two evils for them, kind of thing. I don't obviously I'm but a man. I don't know precisely how this stuff works, but it doesn't have to be related to God. It could just be like, you just don't know that something worse could have happened to you if you stayed on that path that you were on. You just don't know that something worse could have happened. So maybe a perspective to have when we go into bad situations is, well, this could be the lesser of two evils for me. This could be a saving grace for me, really. I don't know what the outcome of my life would have been had I carried on the previous path. And this is actually a good time to add an adage or the proverb of the Chinese farmer has just come to my mind. So it's essentially the same kind of thing. So I might have already said it on one of the legacy videos on the Dan and Dave podcast, but I'll give an overview of it now. So I will paraphrase it because I cannot directly quote it because it's reasonably long. But the proverb of the Chinese farmer goes, there's a Chinese farmer. He has a son. And I think they have a horse. So the horse runs away and everyone in the village comes up to the farmer and says, oh, that's so bad. You know, it's such a shame to hear about your horse running away. And the Chinese farmer goes, I don't know, we'll see. And a week later, the horse runs home with like 20 wild horses. And now suddenly he's got 21 horses. And everyone from the town goes, "Oh, this is so good. You know, this is such good news. Not only has your horse come back, now you've got 20 more horses." And the Chinese farmer goes, "I don't know. We'll see." And then a few days go by, and the Chinese farmer's son is out breaking in the wild horses, and one of them bucks, I suppose, and he falls off, shatters his leg, and paralyzed now, kind of thing, or like his leg is mangled. And everyone comes up from the village, and they go, "Oh, it's so terrible to hear about the news of your son. You know, shattered his leg training those wild horses. You know." And he goes, "Well, I don't know. We'll see." And then a few weeks roll by, and then I don't know what you call it, like the Chinese military rolling through for like conscription for people to join the army or whatever. And the son gets let off from fighting on this war because he's got an absolutely shattered leg and it's fused wrong or whatever. And everyone from the village comes up and says, "Oh, you know, such good news! Your son doesn't have to fight in the war." "I don't know. We'll see." And the moral of that proverb is, you don't know if a situation in your life is good or bad yet, because you don't know how that event is going to impact the rest of your life. You don't know what the future holds. You don't know what direction that's going to steer your life. And so a good view to take of every situation is, I don't know, we'll see. And this is for bad situations as well. And that proverb kind of comes back very well into the, well, we don't really know if the bad situation is just the lesser of two evils. We don't really know if the bad situation we're in is saving us from something worse in the future. Like, you know, like literally like in that proverb, the farmer's son shatters his leg and it fuses wrong, and he's, you know, a bit crippled from it, say, you know, not able to walk properly. And you think, "Ah, it's pretty shit, it's pretty savage," but then that means he doesn't have to fight and risk his life in the war. So we don't really know. And, you know, you've just listened to the whole proverb, so you just don't know the impact of events on the rest of your life. So you should just be wary of the way that you perceive them and not be too doom and gloom, woe is me, because we don't know if that event is as bad as we think it is in the moment. And obviously I'm not perfect at all either. This is like, not I'm not preaching advice and thinking I'm holiest of holy and you know, cleanest of clean, etc. This is advice that I could take in a lot of situations in my life as well, you know, but it's just, I have these little profound thoughts and I think it would be good to share with you, you know. I try and live my life by them. I like to rewatch some of the things that I've recorded occasionally and be like, this is good advice. And I hope that some of the profound things I come up with, my son will watch one day, or otherwise I would impart this wisdom in myself, you know. But yeah, I'm going to try and keep this one quite short because it is actually really late. It's like midnight. I've just been with Dave, and yeah, we played some chess, did like a pub quiz down at the lounge, and then like we came back to mine, had some tea, cooked up a nice tea for him, and then I just dropped him home, and I was thinking, right, brush my teeth, get into bed, read a book, go sleep. And no, bombarded with profound thoughts, and I thought, you know what, I've got to release a podcast in a couple of days. Why not just record it now while I'm up? And I'd have had to have got up early to record one tomorrow anyway, because it's the next time I get to record in the next few days, because I've got my son for like a few days. So this was a good time to record one. I'll try and keep it, you know, reasonably short and sweet and not waffle too much. But let me know what you thought about that. I think it's quite good advice. If you found it beneficial, let me know. Yeah, if there's anything you want to see me cover off, let me know. Brilliant. I haven't had a great deal of feedback. One of the shorts on TikTok went crazy the other day. Right now it's got like 3,500 views, and that was of me and Dave talking about alcohol, which is crazy. That's a big amount of views, especially from my humble little channel. So yeah, the TikTok's crazy, but appreciate all the views. Appreciate everything. So I'm just going to ponder a minute before I look at the camera. Yeah, look, take something out of it. Have a think, all right? Lots of love. Stay well. Nice one.